Hey guys, back here with another video, and today me and some of my friends will be ranking every single Skylanders giant character. Now let's get on to the video. Number 8, Ninjini. Ninjini is a pretty mid giant. I mean, come on. I really only use one attack of her, and that's the base attack. The other two I don't really like. I can't really find myself ever using that orb attack, and I don't really find myself ever using the bottle attack. Now, she does do a pretty good amount of damage, doing 100 damage every single time she hits an enemy. But this is why Ninjini has to be at number 8.
Number 7, Swarm. Although Swarm has a great voice line, he isn't too great of a giant. Sure, he is on the tankier side like most giants, but his attacks aren't good. And he is a slow Skylander even for a giant. His attacks are okay, but okay is not good enough for a giant. Sure, his attacks do a good chunk of damage, but it doesn't help all too much since they are slow attacks. His flying attack really just sucks, and his normal attack is a little disappointing. But his attack where a big X comes out is really cool, but not cool enough where I know the name of the attack. But the one thing keeping him below Ninjini is when he turns into all those bees and uses a giant axe that does a lot of damage. It just is too cool. He's a very cool giant, and I love his theme.
Number 6, Hothead. Hothead is, yet again, another kind of mid Skylander. I feel like that for him, I just don't, maybe I'm not using him correctly, but I just don't really use any of his other attacks beside his base attack. I don't really use that slug, the oil rat thing. I don't know what it is. And although I do think that the lava rain attack is cool, I just don't end up using it a lot. So I usually end up going towards his base attack, which is his flamethrower attack. It doesn't really do that much damage, and I don't know. I just don't like using this character. That's why he has to be at the number 6 slot.
At number 5, we have Bouncer. Bouncer's a very cool giant, and I love his theme and how he's just a big robot. Bouncer is not only a cool giant, but a good giant. His normal attack is so good, but his missile attack is pretty bad, which does now even out. But the reason his normal attack is so good is because you can just hold down the shoot button and spam bullets everywhere. His laser eyes are epic, but they're pretty mid. But one of my most favorite moves from Bouncer is when he shoots out his giant fist. Not only does it look sick, but it does so much damage and is long range. There's not much more to say about Bouncer, except for he's a very great giant.
Number 4, Crusher. Crusher is a great giant with 2 great attacks and an amazing secondary attack. With an absolutely tanky health of 1201, his normal attack, like most giants, is pretty mediocre, just being a hit with his hammer that does okay damage. But his secondary attack stuns enemies, which is great in absolutely any situation. His third attack is a weird concept of him breaking into boulders, but it's pretty good, even though it could be easily been better. Even though he's only got one outstanding attack, his health and that secondary move is too good to put any lower.
Number 3, Eyebrow. Eyebrow is such a good giant, and he's top 3 for a reason. His haymaker punches do good damage, and they're really spammable. His flying eye attack does pretty good damage, and when you get his ability or his upgrade where you're able to punch during it, that's also really good. And he has this troops attack where you can spawn troops and they fight for him. I like Eyebrow a lot, and he's top 3 for a reason.
At number 2 on this list, we have Thumpback. All you have to do is look at this man, and you already know he's one of the best giants. His attack when he bites or hits the enemy is just pretty normal. It's pretty mid, you know? But when he whips out that anchor, you already know it's game over for those villains. When he throws around the anchor, it does so much damage, and it's long range. What more could you ask for? He also got an attack when he dives on the ground. Pretty sick, and it does good chunk of damage. safe to say that Thumpback is the second best giant in the game. I mean, he's got almost everything. He's so good with his damage. He's extremely tanky with about 1,300 health. And he just looks super sick. Like, his theme, awesome. He's got an anchor, and he's a whale. Like, what else do you want from him, bro? Just a great Skylander in general.
Number 1, T-Rex. It is absolutely crazy to think that this amazing Skylander comes in a starter pack. Though, as we said in the previous video, this isn't a good starter pack, T-Rex is just amazing for only being $1 and is the best giant. With over 1,000 hit points, his normal attack is great, and when you hold it down, it becomes outstanding. His Stampede attack is nothing but mid, though, in terms of damage, but is great from getting away from enemies when you're low. And his third attack, his lasers, I don't even know where to start with this. This move helps him round out his moveset in the best way possible. With these lasers, the Skylander can now tank enemies with his high health, slam down doing damage close range, run away quickly with his Stampede attack, and shoot lasers when you're low using his third attack. Overall, T-Rex is just such a powerful Skylander and the best giant in the game.